So, who exactly were the Nephilim? According to the book of Enoch and the early chapters of Genesis, they weren't just any beings. They were giants, mighty hybrids born from the union of the sons of God and the daughters of men. But here's where it gets mysterious and unsettling. If the flood wiped out all life on earth to cleanse it from the corruption brought by these very beings, then, how could they still be around after? Some argue that the story of the Nephilim didn't end with the flood. According to the book of Enoch, these beings possessed more than just brute strength. They had knowledge, skills, and secrets passed down from the fallen watchers, the rebellious angels who fathered them. Could it be that these giants found a way to preserve themselves, defying the divine judgment meant to erase them? One theory suggests that not all Nephilim perished in the flood. After all, later accounts in the Bible, like the stories of Goliath and the giant clans in Canaan, point to the existence of more giants. Did a group of them find refuge on distant mountains, or perhaps deep within the earth? Some speculate they were hidden away, shielded from the floodwaters by supernatural means. Others believe that their survival is proof of even darker connections, perhaps alliances with other powerful entities that gave them protection during the cataclysm. And here's where things take an even stranger twist. The book of Enoch hints that the spirits of these Nephilim, upon their physical death, became restless spirits, roaming the earth. In some traditions, these spirits became what we now call demons, entities hungry for influence over the living. Could the very presence of these spirits mean that the Nephilim found a way to endure beyond physical death, retaining their power and influence over humanity in subtle, sinister ways? This theory raises unsettling questions. If these ancient beings have survived not just the flood, but thousands of years, could they still be influencing humanity from the shadows? The flood wasn't just a natural disaster. It was a divine intervention. God looked down at a world corrupted by violence, greed, and the unnatural offspring of fallen angels, the Nephilim. These giants were never part of God's design. They were born from rebellion, a direct challenge to the natural order He had created. So when God called upon Noah, it wasn't just to save a few righteous souls or preserve animal life. Noah's Ark was part of a greater plan to reset creation and remove this powerful corruption from the earth. As Genesis tells it, the earth was filled with violence, and humanity had become entangled in the dark influence of the Nephilim and the fallen angels who taught humanity forbidden knowledge. In one swift, world-altering act, God sent the flood to cleanse the earth, sparing only Noah, his family, and the animals. But as history and the book of Enoch seem to suggest, some of the dark influence survived. How could this be possible if God's intent was to rid the earth of these beings? There are those who believe that the Nephilim, along with the Watchers who fathered them, have a plan of return, an attempt to reclaim their lost power and influence. It's a theory that stretches through prophecies and ancient texts, hinting that in the last days, these ancient entities will rise again. Their return could signify an era of widespread deception, as they seek to blend their bloodline with humanity once more or even find a way to influence leaders, societies, and cultures. Could this be what's meant by the prophecies of dark times before the end? The idea that the world would once again be filled with unnatural beings, creatures of ancient power seeking dominance over humanity, aligns with the warnings found in the Bible and apocryphal texts alike. These writings suggest that the Nephilim might not only return but could already be preparing the ground, working in the shadows to reclaim the world they once sought to dominate. For those who believe, this is a call to stand firm in faith, to cling to God's promises, just as Noah did in his time. The flood was a warning and a cleansing, but it was also a promise of God's justice and a reminder of His commitment to protect those who are faithful. Today, as in ancient times, there are forces that would seek to pull humanity away from God. But those who trust in Him, those who, like Noah, walk in obedience, can hold fast to the hope that God's victory is certain and eternal. If the Nephilim return, their reign will be brief, for God's power remains absolute, and the final chapter has already been written. If these ancient powers are indeed moving in the shadows, influencing and corrupting, we must stay vigilant. Stand firm, strengthened in God. Remember, in a world of deception and darkness, the light of Christ is the only truth. Prepare your spirit, seek truth in the Word, and don't stray. God has already won, and we are secure in Him. So, choose today to stand with the Creator. Like, share this message, and subscribe for more biblical revelations. May we stand firm together until the end.